Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our science classes. How are you all? I hope you all are healthy and doing well. So, students, I'm your science educator again here with a new chapter number 14, force, work, and energy. So, before starting this chapter, have a look on your learning objective. First of all, we have to learn about force, work, energy. Force, work, energy, different forms of energy, muscular energy, heat energy, light energy, mechanical energy, electrical energy, chemical energy, magnetic energy, conversion of energy, sources of energy, sun, fuels, wind, and water. So these are the learning objectives we have in this chapter. So don't be get late. Let's get started. Force, work, and energy. It shows work, force, and energy are related and dependent on each other. We can say that work is done when we possess energy to apply force. So what we understand here, force, energy, and work, these three things are interlinked to each other. So if we want to do any kind of work, first of all we have to put energy and force on it, then our work get in proceed. Next we have force. Force is any strength or energy that changes the motion or the shape of an object. For example, when we push a cart, we apply force. We apply force to make the cart move forward. When we squeeze a piece of soft clay, the force we apply changes the shape of the clay. Many forces affect the speed of moving object. For example, we roll a ball across a carpet. Friction between the ball and the carpet acts against the motion of the ball and thus slows the process down. So what we understand here, force. Basically, force change the shape and speed of any kind of object. For example, it is an object I have, but by applying a proper force, if I am very strong, so what will happen? If I apply a strong force in, it will be break down into two pieces, or it could be more than two pieces also. So what we understand here, by applying a force, so we can change the shape of that object, we can change the speed of that object. And what are the examples we have? For example, you apply force on your clay, so it will change the shape, right? If you apply a force on your ball, so it will create a friction. When you apply a force on ball, so it will change its direction, it will change its speed as well. Now friction between the ball and the carpet against the force of the ball and thus slow the ball down. It means friction is also a force we have, a type of a force we have. So when we kick a ball on the surface only, so what will happen with the connection between the surface and the ball, the speed of the ball will be decreases. There are several kinds of forces. Mechanical forces acts on objects touches each other. Our body applies mechanical forces when we pedal a bicycle or a kick a football. However, electricity, gravitational, and magnetism are forces that act without any contact among objects. So here we understand in force we have two types of forces, contact forces and non-contact forces. So in non-contact forces we have magnetic forces, we have gravitational forces, right? But when we are talking about the contact forces, so we have mechanical forces, we have muscular forces. So these are the forces these are the example, these are the types we have of the forces. Now we are going to learn about the work. Many types of work are done by us every day, but all these are not called work in science. In science, work is done when a push or pull moves something which has weight through a distance. In other words, work is said to be done when we move an object from its position. But we sleep or sit still, read a book, we are not doing work. Let us understand the meaning of work with the help of example. A person is standing with a suitcase is using enough force required to hold the load of the suitcase, but the force is applying, it's not moving the suitcase in any direction, so no work is being done. A person ascending the steps with the suitcase, the height of a suitcase increases the ground level. Every time the person moves up the steps, is applying a force to lift the suitcase, so work is being done. So now according to science, work is classified into the change of direction. Basically, if we apply force, okay, here you seen as, if we say we are doing any kind of work, the object of that thing should be positioned, should be changed. If the position of that particular object will remain same, so according to science, the work it's not being done by you. So now students, you are in danger because you say I am reading I am learning about 2 to 3 hours, so I am working. Not according to science, you are not working, because for working according to science you have to change the position of the object. Next, energy. So we apply force to push or pull an object to a distance. We apply force to push or pull an object to distance. We need energy to apply force to do any work. We cannot do anything or any work without energy. In other words, work cannot be done without energy. So if you are faint, if you are lethargic, so you cannot do any kind of work. For doing any kind of work, we need energy. So so what we conclude, that for doing any kind of work we need force and we need energy. With the help of force and energy, we can say that we are doing a particular work. Next, different forms of energy. Energy comes in different forms: muscular, heat, light, mechanical, electrical, chemical, and magnetic energy. These are the types we have for the energy. Here we are talking about the muscular energy. So these are the muscles and this is called your muscular energy. Energy is fundamental to do everything we do. We use energy to do everything from jumping to baking our foods or sending astronauts into space. Energy is of two types: stored energy, which is called potential energy, and working energy, which is called mechanical energy. For example, the food we eat contains chemical energy and our body stores this energy until we release it when we work or play. So basically what we have to understand, when our food is digested, our energy gets stored. So what the form of that energy is referred as potential energy. But when we're doing any kind of work, means we are putting energy in we are putting energy to that work. It means we are doing mechanical work, means you are using mechanical energy at that time. Now we are going to discuss about the muscular energy. So human beings and animals need energy to do different types of work. They get energy from the food they eat. Therefore food is the source of energy for manual work. Such energy which is living body gets from food to its work, it's called the muscular energy. So what we understand here, muscular energy is connected to your food, because we get energy from our food. So while we eating food, we get energy, and with the help of that energy we can do a lot different type of work. That is why this energy is referred as the muscular energy, because in this energy we are using our muscles, and our muscle get energy from our food. Next, we have heat energy. Heat energy is one of the most useful forms of energy familiar to men. The main source of heat energy is the sun. When fuels like wood, coal, and kerosene are burnt, heat is given out. Heat is energy is used for cooking, heating rooms in winter, for purifying metals, for drying things, and for lighting. Electric irons, water heaters, and hair dryers work with heat energy. In a steam engine, steam is produced when the water is heated. The steam makes the wheels of the engine roll and the engine pulls the train. In thermal power stations, coal is burnt to produce electricity. In a thermal power station, heat energy is converted into electrical energy. Heat can be converted into motion. So what we understand with the help of heat energy, that with the help of heat, when we do any kind of work, when we proceed any kind of work, it is referred as heat energy. And the main source of heat energy is sun, because a lot of heat where we get from the sunlight. That is why sun is the main source of heat. Now with the help of heat energy we do so many works. For example, with the help, when fuel get heat up, so it will result in the motion of the car, right, in the movement of the car. In thermal, when the water it's in steam, what will happen when water is boiled, when water is heat up, so it will use as the steam heat, it will use as the steam energy. Now coal is burnt to produce electricity. So it means first we have to burn coal, and coal should only burn with the help of the increasing in temperature only. So what we understand here, as the temperature increases, it will be result into different kinds of work. For example, in the movement of your vehicles, in the movement of your train, in the production of electricity, and in solar energy, in solar panels as well. And in end of the moment, what we conclude, that heat can be converted into the motion. When heat is increases, right, our fuels like wood, coal, and kerosene burnt, so heat will be produced, and it will result into the movement of the car. When petrol heated, it will result into, petrol is used in the form of heat formation, it will result into the movement. So heat can be converted into motion also. Next, we have light energy. Like heat, light is also a form of energy. Plants make use of sunlight to make food, Fuels are also give off light when they burn. Electric bulbs are widely used to give light at night. When electricity passes through the coil called the filament, it gets hot and it glows. When sunlight is focused on a paper, the energy of sunlight gets concentrated, it produces heat and the paper gets burnt. This established that light a form of energy. So after heat we have light, and we use light as a energy also. With the help of sunlight, plants can proceed with their photosynthesis. With the help of photosynthesis they can make their food. Without sunlight, photosynthesis could not be placed. Next thing what we understand here, that with the light, when the filament get light and get hotter, it will result into the bulb glowing, right? So bulb get glow. So it is mean that light plays in a very important role, and we can also use light as the form of energy. Next we have mechanical energy. So in machines, basically the machines which have energy, okay, that is referred as your mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is the energy objects of that work by the movement. The washing machine, the mixer grinder work with the help of machines, that is why they refer as mechanical energy. Turbines and water wheels rotate, and grinding machines work with the help of mechanical energy from the moving water. So what we understand here, by moving water we generate a machine, and machine for the workout, and when the machine's energy is used, that is referred as your mechanical energy. Next, electrical energy. So electrical energy is obtained from the electricity, that is why we called it electrical energy. Electrical energy is used in many ways: electric bulbs, electric fans, electric motors and other appliances. Nowadays electric scooties we have, so it means electrical energy we are using in a different in a vast way. Now with the help of electrical energy, the energy of the falling water is used to produce electricity as well. Next we have chemical energy, those energy which is originated from the chemicals, that is referred as your chemical energy. So buses, trains, cars, scooters, trucks and aeroplanes are called automobiles. They get energy to run from fuels like diesel, petrol and coal. The chemical energy stored in the fuels helps to run these vehicles, that is why we refer as chemical energy. Because with the help of coal, with the help of diesel, with the help of petrol, they can take it out their chemical energy. Next we have magnetic energy, the energy between the two magnets, it refers as magnetic energy. A magnetic moves iron piece, it moves the hammer striking the gong of the electric bell to lift heavy loads in factories. Magnets are used, thus we can say that magnetism is a form of magnetic energy. Now how we can converse of energy, how can we convert, how can we do conversion of energy? With the help of suitable instruments and appliances, one form of energy can be converted into another form of energy, and we can convert form of energy. So first of all, electrical energy to heat energy. Electrical irons, heaters, toasters, microwaves, ovens, hair dryers, etc. work with electricity. Here the electrical energy is converted into the heat energy. So in that way we can change it. Next, electrical energy to light energy. Electrical bulb needs electricity to produce light. Here electrical energy will be converted into light energy. Next, we have electric energy to sound energy. Televisions and radios work using electrical. Televisions and radios work using electricity. In these devices, electrical energy to sound energy. Televisions and radios work using electricity. In these devices, electrical energy is converted to sound energy. In television, electrical energy is converted both in light and in sound energy. Because when we see television, so we see light as well as sound. So electrical energy can be converted into light energy as well as in the sound energy. Next we have electrical energy to mechanical energy. So if we are talking about the automatic cars, automatic scooters, so what will happen in that moment? We are using electrical energy. Further, well, it will be converted into mechanical energy. So electrical fans, grinders, mixers and washing machines work using electrical energy. In these devices, electrical energy is converted into the mechanical energy. Next, we have heat energy to mechanical energy. The same, bus, cars, scooters and steam engines work using energy from bus, cars, scooters and steam engines working using energy from fuels. In these cases, heat energy produced by the heat energy to mechanical energy. So what we understand here, buses, cars, scooters and steam engines work using with the help of energy from fuels. So when we get energy from fuels, the first is heat up and then it will be using as the mechanical energy. So in these cases, heat energy produced by the burning fuels is converted into mechanical energy. Now heat energy to electrical energy. In a thermal power station, coal is burned and heat energy is changed into electrical and electricity is produced. So what we understand here, when in the power station thermal energy is used, heat energy is used, then we generate the electricity. So heat energy can be used to produce electrical energy. Now mechanical energy to electrical energy. In hydroelectric power station, falling water rotates the turbine producing mechanical energy. Here mechanical energy is changed into electrical energy it's produced. So with the help of machines we can produce electricity. That is why mechanical energy is used to produce electrical energy. Now we have sources of energy. What are the sources we have for the energy? First and the main, we have solar systems, means solar energy means sun. So the energy produced by the sun, it's called solar energy. Solar energy is the sun rays that reach the earth. The sun gives us both heat and light energy. Solar energy has plenty of uses. For example, we can use solar energy. Living things cannot survive without sun because we need sunlight. The birth, growth and life of human beings and animals and plants depend on the heat and the light of the sun. Green plants, because with the help of sunlight, green plants made their food. So without photosynthesis, without sunlight, they cannot proceed their photosynthesis process. So green plants, mainly leaves, absorb the light energy of the sun and prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis. Sun's energy is stored in plants as carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Animals and human beings are dependent on the plants for their food. So animals and human beings eat the food and gets the sun's energy. Directly or indirectly, we are dependent upon the sunlight. If plants cannot make their food, so how can we dependent on the plants for our food, right? Solar energy is used in drying things and heating things. Solar water heater, solar cooker, solar cells, solar calculators, etc. working by using solar energy. Now we have energy from fuels. So all engine vehicles, automobiles need energy to run. They get energy from fuel. Fuels burn to produce energy. Fuels are also used for cooking, lighting and producing electricity. So some common fuels that give energy are, first of all, we have diesel. It gives energy to run buses, heavy vehicles basically. So buses, lorries and trains. Petrol is used for light vehicles, for example, cars, scooters, motorbikes and aeroplanes. Aeroplane, it's not light vehicle, but we can say it is used in the aeroplanes as well. This is an exceptional case we have. Next we have steam. Steam engines get energy from coal. Coal is also used to produce electricity in thermal power stations. Okay. Now wood when burnt, it forms coal and it is used as a fuel for the cooking process. LPG, liquid petroleum gas, it is used for cooking, lighting and running cars. CNG, compressed natural gas, which is also a fuel for the buses, cars, auto rickshaw, etc. Biogas means gobar gas is also used for cooking and lighting. Biomass, it is a material from plants and animals. It contains stored energy from the sun. Wood, crops, manure and some garbages are some examples of biomass. When burned, the chemical energy in biomass is released as heat. So we can use biomass for cooking our food, for lighting also. Now we have wind energy. With the help of wind energy, we make electricity. Wind is a simple air in motion. Wind has energy. When it is strong, it blows away even the roofs of houses and uproots trees and poles, etc. Wind is used to work windmills or move sailboats. Windmills are used mainly to provide power to pump water. Wind farms, a cluster of windmills are used to produce electricity. Wind farm usually has dozens of windmills scattered over a large area. So with the help of wind, the windmills can move, and when the windmill move continuously, so it will help us to generate electricity. Next we have water energy, means hydro energy. Falling water from waterfalls and dams has a great energy. It is one of the oldest form of energy and used thousands of years ago to turn a paddle wheel of purposes such as grinding grains. Hydropower rotates different kinds of water wheels and helps the generator diamonds to produce electricity. It means with the help of water energy, we can also make our electricity. And in ancient time, water energy is one of the most important energy we have to use, grinding grains, etc. and etc. So students, this is the end of your chapter where we understand about a lot of energy, where we get different types of energy and how we can convert it, and how we can do conversion of these. And so students, this is the end of your chapter. I hope so you understood it very well and you understood the different types of energy as well. Now students, this is the end of your book and end of your syllabus as well. Now I'm going to meet you in your higher classes. Till that, what you have to do, you have to do a good revision and start preparation for your exam. So students, all the best for your exam. Till that, bye bye. Have a good day.